Welcome. So today we're going to talk about how to plan for a natural birth. Obviously, if you're watching this, you really don't want to have a C-section. You don't want to have an induction. You want to have a natural birth. And the first thing you need to know is the difference between a natural birth and an unmedicated one and a physiological one. So with a physiological birth, which is technically what a natural birth is, you are allowing your body to do what it was meant to do. Your baby is working with you, you are working with your baby, and there is no interventions. So your waters aren't being broken for you. You do not have Pitocin. You do not have anybody interfering. There's very few vaginal exams, and you're basically left to do what you need to do. And you're working on your own hormonal balances. That's what a physiological birth is. An unmedicated birth can be physiological, or it can also be just not having drugs. So if you're looking for a birth where you still have a lot of medical intervention, but you don't have the drugs, that is different from what we're talking about today. This is basically a natural physiological birth with very little intervention to no intervention. How to cope with that is also going to be different. The contractions are going to be different. The surges, the sensations, everything that you feel is going to be different with a physiological birth as opposed to just an unmedicated birth. Our bodies are very smart, and the way that we can deal with the pain of labor, as we've all been taught, is to not think of it as pain. With physiological birth, you can even just feel pressure, and some people even have orgasmic births. With a heavily medicalized intervention style birth, like with an induction, your body is not going to be responding to the oxytocin, the hormones, your endorphins are not going to be going at the same time because they're being blocked by the medication. So right now we're going to think in terms of unmedicated physiological birth. So, oh, hi, kitty. So here's what you need to do. You first need to know the difference between them, and you need to understand what physiological birth is and what it isn't, and understand how it works. There are so many great books out there. I cannot possibly list them all, but Ina May Gaskin's Guide to Childbirth still remains one of my favorites. And there are many other articles, and I also share a lot inside my Facebook group for empowered moms, which is called Empowering Moms in Pregnancy, Birth, Postpartum, and Beyond. You can go there from facebook.com/groups/empoweringmomsbirth, and you're welcome to join. It's a free group. We share videos every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And it's just a wonderful source of information. We do a new theme every month. So the second thing you want to do with a physiological unmedicated birth is you want to hire a care provider, like a midwife or an obstetrician, who is going to support that. See, the thing that a lot of parents don't understand is that care providers are not all the same. They don't all have the same birth philosophies, and even midwives may not have as much experience with a full physiological birth, especially if they mostly practice in hospitals and don't attend a lot of home births. Whereas someone who attends a lot of home births is going to see more physiological birth and may have more experience. So you want to hire a care provider who's going to be able to basically sit on their hands and let you do your thing. The next thing that you want to know is your environment. Physiological birth requires you to feel safe. You are a mammal, and mammals need to feel safe. Have you ever seen a cat give birth? They like to go in a dark corner, and they may not want to be in that little kitty box that you created in the corner of the room where a lot of traffic is going through. And they may even stop their labor, or they'll go and hide under the bed. Animals and mammals specifically need to feel safe to give birth, and we need to feel safe to give birth. So if you're the kind of person who is not able to relax in a hospital, I myself cannot relax in a hospital situation. I can't stand needles. I can't stand people bugging me. And even with the home birth, I need to be in my own headspace. I can't have people talking to me when I'm dealing with my sensations. So you need to really understand your environment of what's going to work for you. And a good rule of thumb is if you wouldn't have sex like that, you probably aren't going to birth like that. And even if you could possibly have sex in that environment, if you really were told that you absolutely had to, would you have the best sex? Would you have an orgasm that was like mind-blowing, or would it be more like a sneeze? You want to have the environment where your endorphins are going to be going and your oxytocin is flowing. And oxytocin, of course, is the love hormone, and it likes to be comfortable. So if you really enjoyed these tips today, I have a lot more information on how to have a physiological unmedicated birth in my Facebook group. Again, www.facebook.com/groups/empoweringmomsbirth. And you'll be able to get the link down below as well. So if you come in, I have a unit right now that I did back in January of 2021 that is titled, What About the Pain? And it's all about physiological unmedicated birth. And there's 4 videos. I have a doula coming in talking about sex and childbirth and how those two go together. And I talk in the next 3 videos as well, and you'll learn so many great things. I want to keep these ones short on YouTube, but there are much longer ones inside the group. We also post every week, new tips, new material, and you're welcome to reach out to me anytime we can connect. Okay, so have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.